Alright, so this is Timboy, and I'm already 4 days late since the launch of this first anniversary Celestial Festival Legend Fes Time of Party. This is actually Story Chapter 16 as we speak. Now, I actually had to delay this for a few days later because I was doing side activities like watching a brand new movie as well as resting up for a while. So, yeah, I'm back for a new episode of Legend Fes Breakdown. This time, Awakened Future Resna and Queen's Grace Lara. So, these two characters have been featured in the anniversary livestream back in September. So, Resna apparently has a very long skill set because she has toggleable skill sets. Now, I already did explain this in the Japanese version, but now this is localized in English. I think it should have an additional context now on how to use Resna. Now, starting off with Resna, she does have a fire attacker, and yeah, Stellar Shower. This is the same skill set as her 1-star fire attacker variant. For those who got her at the start of the game, you should be familiar of these icons. Now, these are not that ordinary unless if you look at these, the skill set. So after attacking, increase skill damage by 50%, do it twice, she will go up to 60%, and she will boost her own speed by 5% for 1 turn, which is a single target, 92% damage, 8% break. It's pretty normal, quick getaway if you want to increase your speed slightly. Although she does have a stackable skill damage, which it'll be useful to increase her skill damage by the end of the battle. Stellarcraft is kinda different this time because, unlike her first 1-star variant, this allows her to decrease fire resistance by 25% for 3 attacks, and because she has skill lamps, if you were to fully charge this skill lamp, you will see how Resna's skill set will transform. She does have the first burst attack, which allows her to use Quick Mix. Although this is RNG this time, so this is like her first 1-star variant. If she's attacking a weakness, she will boost damage by 40%. When attacking a weakness, she will convert 1 panel to the next ally, meaning the next time she uses her burst panel, the next ally after her will be turning into a burst panel. So this will also create a burst panel if it's empty. She does have this Awakening Resolve. She will charge 1 if she gets HP recovery. Useful if you have a healer on your team. That way Resna does not have to use the same skill twice. So what it does for 302% damage, 37% burst damage, and 206 of 8. This is slightly longer, so this is why this ability is useful if you want Resna to transform faster. If you have 1 or 2 healers, but I do recommend using 1 supporter. But if you want to quickly get her transforming before she does her second attack, well, you could do 2 healers. But if you have a healing panel, I think that'll go faster. Now, she does have panel up plus 5V. This boosts effects received from positive panels by 30%. Pretty good for amplifying existing panels and those panels that are created by her. So, yeah, it's a pretty good fire attacker. And she's probably going to be the strongest fire attacker. I did have her in the Japanese version to test this one out. She does have a leader skill, which boosts all allies' battle item damage by 30%, useful if you have item war, and she will boost skill damage when attacking weakness by 30%. So if you have enemies that are weak against fire, bring in Resna, Sterich, and then she will just transform into, well, Mahou Shoujo. That's why she is wearing this new costume. Although I haven't unlocked Chapter 16 yet, I was saving it for the next live stream, so you can check out my YouTube channel. I did cover Chapter 16 in the Japanese version. So this is the transform skill set that I mentioned early in that stream. Stellar Twirl, well, this is transform. She will not just boost skill damage, she does also boost speed by 5%, but she will also boost her own magical attack by 20% for 1 turn. Here's the thing, the next time she uses her second attack, guess what? This will also amplify skill 2 and burst skill. 92% damage, 8% break damage, and then, yeah, it's the same as the pre-transform one. The only difference is that she will boost her own magical attack. This is where damage buff enhanced traits will be useful on her. If you clear midway to chapter 16, you will be able to find recipes that are suitable for Resna. For this one, when transformed, I think not just fire resistance, but you'll also boost your own magical attack by 40% for 2 turns, which is, if you look at this one, this is quite different because there's no additional buff if you were to just use her pre-transform, so it's just fire resistance debuff. This one, however, not just fire resistance debuff towards enemies, but also she'll boost her magical attack by 40%. This one is pretty useful because if you can stack this on autoplay or manual team, Resna will be able to use the Aspiring Star twice, and then one time by the next turn that she gets on the second turn while using Stellar Twirl. You can choose either this or this, but I recommend using the skill 2 since it will take this a little bit longer to charge up, but at one point Resna might be able to reach around 80% magical attack boost, so at one single turn, you might be able to take advantage of Resna's next attack to be like as high as 2,000 or 3,000 and above. This is useful if you want to clear up the upcoming Romance Grand Tournament Fire Division. Although this was not yet available by the time I started recording, like 4 days later. So apologies for the delay. And last but not least, Luminous Auron. This is the new burst skill that Resna has. Now, unlike Quick Mix, which her first star variant and pre-transform Awakened Future does have, this one is guaranteed. So this allows her to boost the attack penetration by 100%, basically ignoring or decreasing any regard to defense points or percentage. When attacking a weakness, she will lose damage by 100%, which is doubled, so I guess it's multiplication, or was it additional? But if she did attack a weakness, any enemy that is weak against fire, she will convert one panel to the next ally after she uses her burst skill to create a burst panel. Again, it's the same as Quick Mix, which allows her to create a burst panel if it's empty. However, Luminous Auron, on the other hand, is pretty strong if you have the right gear. Technically, you can just go to chapter 16 and then find out what's going on. Now, Awakening Resolve, this will have a high chance to boost fire damage by 50% for 1 turn when she receives HP recovery. This is where supporters came into play. Somewhat high chance, meaning it's going to be likely 70 to 80% chance, but I can't assume numbers here, but likely Resna will increase her fire damage as long as it's weak against enemies, magical attack high. She is friggin' powerful at least. Now, unlike the Transform Panel Up Plus, unlike the original Panel Up Plus B, Panel Plus B Transform will amplify her positive panel effects received by 30 to 50%, meaning, yeah, everything's powerful once you have a transforming Resna that is so freaking awesome. And I did read Story Chapter 16 along the way anyway. So, tags include Lantarna, Prompts and Teamwork, Bookworm, and Diligent. Gifts this time, red to yellow, and she has fire traits, Fire Blessing, Fire Curse, and Stun damage up. As a solo attacker, Resna is going to be a bit, is going to be freaking strong. Now, if you're planning to use her as a group attack, I recommend have her a burst panel ready. By the time she uses skill 2 or skill 1 if you're a manual team and then stack up skill damage, you might be able to overwhelm certain enemies with Luminous Auron. And I will demonstrate that once we're going on trial battle. But nonetheless, pretty OP! Triple S on my hand. So anyway, Triple S on fire attacking stat. But if there's going to be a group fire attacker, I don't mind if it will try to overwhelm Resna's power. But as long as Resna is very powerful by increasing skill damage and debuff enemies' fire resistance, I think Resna is gonna have the best shot at Romance Grand Tournament, Chapter 16 very hard battles, and certain fire floors at the Fire Affinity Tower. I'd say it's a recommend get. That's why I have her on boost 1%. This is very long, to be honest, to demonstrate. Oh, what did I miss from the Japanese live stream? Technically, it's because I did use her a lot in the Japanese version stream. So, Lara Queen Grace, she does have a status effect that is not listed in the status effect immunity, so this is a special status effect if you were to get her. Now, this is basically a slash attacker with debuffs and one status effect that Lara will be useful if you want her to use in slash battles. Now, she is also a slash attacker akin to Resna. Resna is basically a fire attacker, then Lara is a slash attacker. Now, 115%, 11% break damage, 106 of weight. This will boost her skill damage by 10%, and then the target will get a damage received buff by 10% for one attack. Boost for her, enemy gets debuffed. Skill 2, Binding Cocoon. This is unlike, this one only requires one charge. However, this has an additional effect. Now, not only she does use skill 2, like skill boost damage by 30% when the target has status effect, whether it be paralysis, poison, haze, sleep, blindness, blah blah blah. She will also boost her own physical attack by 5% for 2 turns while it is short. But because her damage is so high, like 336 for skill 2 and then 45% stun, you do note it's level 5. She'll also have an additional effect if it's fully charged. Now, this allows her to delay one target by delay the target's turn for 1 turn. Now, imagine if you have Ares, her skill 2 slows down enemies by 1 turn. This allows Lara to increase the upper ground and manipulate tactics if you're going to use her in a battle where you need to add additional time to charge your attacker, and then eventually the enemy will be too late to defend itself before either a burst or skill 2 attack is upon them. So boost damage 30% if it's status effect, useful if you have a character that can inflict status effect. But Lara has an ability that allows other characters to inflict paralysis, so this is useful if you have, this is useful for Binding Cocoon especially. Now, Judgment Rose Doll. After attacking, she'll inflict the target with Royal Authority for 1 turn. She will also buff damage received for targets by 50% for 2 attacks. Note that this is 300% and targets also, even with 37% break damage. Now, what this do is, it's basically daze. It's basically daze for those who have Lightning Attacker Izana, the Story Chapter 6 one. This one has a chance to immobilize at the start of the turn. So, just imagine you have Izana, but this status effect is for one character who can specifically do this status effect. I think there is one upcoming character that will use Royal Authority status effect. Maybe I have not recalled that when I was doing chapter 18. Chapter 19 Legend Fes Breakdown in my Japanese version live stream. But basically, yeah, works like Izana status effect wise, but it's specific for one character and then stun. So, Deal Before the Queen is where Lara and her team gets to use the status effect inflicting. Now, if you use a battle item, now do note it has to be an attacking battle item, not debuff support or the debuff support. It only has to do attack. Now, there's a very high chance for one attack to inflict the target with paralysis for 1 turn. I think it's useful if you have an item that targets all, but it can be useful if you have a battle item that can inflict 1 target. But still, paralysis, if this is used even once, this allows Lara to have an additional boost damage of 30%. This is why she does have a status effect bonus buff. Now, Alms for the 4, when defeating enemy with a skill, she will restore all allies' HP by 50% and boost her own physical attack by 5% with a maximum of 15. So if you have an enemy team of 4 and Lara defeats all 3 enemies one by one, this is where she will shine. She's partially a supporter, but only through her ability. But because she has physical attack buff, this is where she can stack up to 15. So if you have an enemy of 5 in the battle, this is where Lara will be useful on amplifying her attacks on skill 1, skill 2, and burst skill. Leader skill this time is boosting all allies' battle item damage by 20% for every time you have a premium character in the party. So bow before my grace. So she is item war item war beneficial, but I doubt there will be a lot of item war events anyway. So let's turn now, book form, and last but not least, prim characters. There will be a few characters coming up soon in the Resleriana series where I think there will be 2 or 3 prim characters before we get to take advantage of this buff. So let's say I have Lara and then set her as leader skill, and then you have these characters. Then I think it will buff up to 100% double, but yeah. So pretty tactical slash attacker, and she can also have a chance to like debuff enemies' defenses through damage received buff. So gifts this time, purple and blue, she has slash blessing, slash curse, and all target attack power up. Gee, I wonder who's gonna use it. By the way, Lara also uses this one, so targets all. This one's one target, this one's single target. So I guess this is useful if you can use this trait if you want to buff characters that attack all targets. That's just the gist of it. So yeah, Lara slash attacker, well, it's not important in my books, but if you haven't gotten Logi at the time of this banner arrives, I think Lara will be useful if you want to debuff targets damage received, and then if you have a pre-bias team, then and if you have battle items used, Lara's gonna be useful. I guess on my part, it's likely going to be a single S to double S since I haven't got her yet, but useful just for certain cases, especially story chapter 16. But I think certain story chapters will also follow up anyway. Now, happy birthday, illustrated by Umiu Geso-san. Now, this is for Resna. Obviously, obviously, Resna and Izana. Oh man, wait, September 23 is Resna's birthday. Anyway, so she has, this Memoria has fire weak point damage up 3. This is up to 65% if you're attacking a target fire weakness. Useful for Resna because she'll need all of the fire resistance debuff and fire weakness power from one single enemy or a lot of them. So therefore, Resna is likely going to be recommended for this one, as usual for each banner. Now another one is playing into her hand, and my god, where the heck is that? Like, Izana is featured in 2 Memoria, by the way. Also, the illustrator for playing into her hand is by Ikomochi-san. 23.75% on both attack stats, 13.75 on defense, and the ability this time is reducing target slash resistance by 30%. Yeah, it's for 2 attacks, by the way, so it won't last a turn. Lara can use this one, Logi can use this one, slash any other slash attackers I might forget, but then I mean no Logi slash attacker variant, but since Lara is already available, it's useful mostly on Lara's case anyway. So before I will have to do Gacha this time, I will be doing the trial battle as promised, since it's already like 20 minutes into recording. Alright, give it to Resna, please. Now, well, since Lady is going to heal all characters, good luck with that. You're fighting a fire pixie, by the way. Alright, so here comes her transformation scene. You already see skill 1, skill 2, and burst skill for her pre-transform version. She even slapped the fire fairy. And ooh la la! Thanks for the low anger shot. Smack! So basically, after she uses her skill 2, immediately she already uses her second skill following up her transformation. So it does not skip a turn, fortunately. Now you did see Resna's buff, by the way. So see this, boosts magical attack by 40%. That means you have like by the third turn or second turn, Resna might be able to utilize that magical attack buff by up to 80% if I'm lucky enough. You're so hard! Stimulation! So let's go Vitality up on Resna. She's also floating a little bit. Oh yeah, this is already a knockout for the Fire Pixie, by the way, so if you look at this one, fire resistance down, and it's already a guaranteed knockout. So, rest in peace, Elder Fairy. If it's critical attack, I'd be lucky enough. She's a Phoenix! She's charging up, and yeah. Good luck getting sun blasted. Okay, so the Fire Pixie already got knocked out during this battle. Nah, I'm just here for the costume, by the way. This is a good victory pose for Resna. This variant is awesome! Anyway, so now next one is Lara. I'll get Lara if I'm lucky enough. Well then, we're beating an ancient golem by the way. Oh, interestingly, yeah, we have a Stab Breaker mage Eska alongside Empel. There's a good reason why, though. Alright, so I guess give it to Lara since she'll need it for her first skill. Well, see, physical attack up by 30%. Maybe at one time, if you were to use her skill 1 or skill 2, it's because Empel uses it because it's stackable. This is where Empel is useful to buff physical attackers. Like, right now, if you're using it on physical attackers for a long time, this is now useful for Lara since she'll need the high physical attack to take out at least this boss. Now this will boost target damage received and be inflicted with Royal Authority. Let's see if this golem will skip a turn. Dang it, I do. Whoa! Okay, this Judgment Doll looks beautiful in the Steam version. Checkmate! And yeah. The golem didn't even knock out, but it's just beautiful to see this large doll just, like, destroy the enemy, but it's not enemy destroyed, but rather, just placed it as sword for legacy. Alright, finish the battle. Boost Lara again. Now here's Binding Cocoon, skill 2. Yeah, you're already captured, but since this is not full charge, unfortunately the golem is not delayed, so be careful with that. Now, looking at this golem, it's already one turn delayed. Come on, debuff more of that golem's resistance. Nice try. Yeah, the golem's already knocked out, and because of Empel's stack, look at this one. It's an instant knockout. You can imagine what her skill 1 animation looks like. Well, I guess for this victory animation, wow, that's a rosy victory. Only we got those 2 characters that will be coming up real soon. But I guess for Lara's victory animation, I mean, can't say royal without her royalty in the Lara Kingdom. So anyway, verdict on this one, Lara if you don't have a slash attacker just yet, but I do recommend getting Resna since she is going to be very powerful for fire attack team. Especially the next banner will feature Valeria and Geron. This is already revealed in story chapter 16 anyway, so yeah, if I'm lucky getting Resna and Lara, I'd be a lucky guy because I already have her in the Japanese version. So this is now the gacha part. Now I'm just a bit lazy on just mute the music, so I'm just gonna lower down the volume. Go! Okay. Come on. It's gotta be a raid pickup. Give me Resna. The Awakened Future, and then I can switch over to, like, I guess I could switch over to the Resna and Izana's Memoria. The birthday Memoria, if I'm lucky enough. 1, 2, 3. Well, looks like I gotta go. Ah! Resna, why? You give me Christmas, Resna. Well, it's December anyway. Happy Christmas! This is getting... Double Resna variant, gets! Oh dear, this is so nuts. Well, guess I'm switching my pickup to Resna and Izana now. It's so rare getting 2 Resnas in the same variant. Guess I don't need to use this freaking Legend Fes medals anymore. Oh man, this is so nuts. Alright. If I can get Izana and Resna's Memoria, I'll be lucky. I just gotta lower the music as usual. Oh, yes. Give me that Memoria. Well, I have to skip the effects since it will be too long before I can even make a very long 30-minute video. Never mind. Alright, just gonna go for the last one and then I can wait for chapter 17, Legend Fes Banner. Which, yep, I'm gonna have to give it away. It's Firebreaker Valeria and Slash Defender Geron. You're welcome. Details in the next Legend Fes Breakdown video. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Anyway, next Legend Fes Breakdown video will be Valeria and Geron. In the meantime, yeah, I'm gonna have to finish the video anyway since it's already like 30 minutes into recording. So anyway, that's going to be it. I'll be looking forward to clearing story chapter 16. This is Boy, and Discord server link in the video description below. And yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this B-roll for the good finish anyway. I might be able to get Lara, who knows, or maybe Izana and Resna's Memoria because I like that birthday Memoria. Anyway, see you guys next time in the next Legend Fes Breakdown video, and yeah, next stream will be scheduled on Wednesday. But anyway, goodbye. See you soon. Get crushed by this royal authority anyway in this B-roll. Let's that's a good finishing. That's a good finishing end to this B-roll anyway. Goodbye. See you soon.